Hi, I'm getting some sun in Sedona. It's July 16th, I think, and I realized that I hadn't connected with you guys in a long time just in a vlog post, like just talking about random stuff. So I just felt like doing that today. Today's Saturday, it's like the heat of summer. I'm getting some sun and sweating, and it's really cleansing. I feel like I live in a sauna here in Sedona. But okay, so that said, it's a good time to like eat light and work out a lot and let the sun feed you and stuff. What's going on? Well, Burning Man prep. So excited. Those of you guys who are going, come by and see me. I'll be heading up the Heart Tribe Healing Sanctuary this year. And it's interesting because last year, so the way I see Burning Man is as an entity, but my mind kind of anthropomorphizes everything. So any kind of energy or whatever I feel, and I'm intuitive, so that comes to me a lot, is going to get turned into kind of a person in my head. And that's just kind of what my flavor is. You know, I don't think it's right or wrong anything, but I've just known that ever since I was little, that's just kind of the way I read the universe, right? So to me, Burning Man is kind of a being. He feels like if you were to travel to a sacred, ancient sacred space where like a demigod hung out, like, or a god like one of the Greek gods, like Zeus or Athena or Aphrodite or those guys, or maybe one of the Egyptian like gods. You know, they're beings and they're kind of around, and they're not the big huge gods, but they have personalities. You can interact with them, and so Burning Man feels like one of those to me. And I know this is going to sound really funny. I'm not trying to trigger anyone, just in case. I have lots of love for all this kind of stuff, and I know that there's a lot of wisdom in it. But the way that Burning Man feels to me is kind of like if Jesus were on LSD. And like I said, I know that sounds weird. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but that's what he feels like. You know, every time Christ has come to me, he comes to me a lot. He's a friend of mine. It feels very similar, only there's that wildness added. So, also, I would just like to say, not everyone at Burning Man does drugs. I don't plan to do a ton of drugs at Burning Man. I did it last year. I'm not a real big drug person. Whenever I have taken substances, I use them in a shamanic kind of way, and then I process what happened for months afterward, and it expands my consciousness. So I don't go around taking recreational drugs. Some people do, I'm sure, and that's part of the freedom of the thing, because there's no judgment. So, whatever. So, anyway, what I've been doing is planning stuff, because when I was walking around on the playa last year, every time things would get quiet, I would feel like that Burning Man being was talking to me and giving me all these visions and all this information about how I was supposed to have a healing space and how I was supposed to bring in a lot of my sister goddesses to work there with me, giving healing to the people on the playa, and the meditations that we're supposed to do and the visualizations that we're supposed to do as we do this work. And I was like, okay, I'm down. I'll do that, but I don't want to do any of the planning. I'll show up and do it, but I'm not taking care of any of the bureaucratic stuff. I just authentically don't want to. I'm just not going to do it. And then, miraculously, I found out about Heart Tribe because I was looking for a camp with a steam room, because I really wanted to be able to steam on the playa, and lo and behold, they had one, so I got myself on their email list, and then they needed someone to run the healing sanctuary. And that was me. So I'm really excited. So far, I've had these visions about having an opening meditation every day where all the healers will sit there and will like anchor in the energy of the cosmos and the earth and our hearts and the playa and just stream it through for the best way for everyone coming in to get healings. And it's just going to be really fun. So as far as prep goes, though, for those of you guys who haven't been to Burning Man before, I've ordered like boots. I just like wearing like tall moccasin boots. Some people like combat boots, but I don't need a lot of support. I wear Vibrams anyway and sandals all the time, so I don't need a lot of like support on my feet. I'd rather have less. So I've ordered some knee-high boots so that the sand doesn't get into your shoes. Goggles. I get motorsport goggles because I like the small ones. And for me, the clothes that I wear at Burning Man, you can go all out with costumes. That's actually one of the best things because there's no beauty shaming. It's all just encouraging and everyone expressing themselves in the best way they can. And so you can go all out, but for me, what I end up doing is just wearing a swimsuit and a scarf around my hips because it's comfortable, and the air can get to me, the sun can get to me, and I'm kind of low-key in that way. So yeah, I've been collecting stuff. Just planning that. Also, I just finished the City Goddess tour this summer, which is amazing. Thanks all of you guys who came. It was so good, making flower crowns and stuff. And then prepping for this fall for, I think, a change in location. I'm really missing green, cool trees and grass after being in the summer for about in the desert for 2.5 years. that tends to be one of my lifespans, is about 2.5 years, and then I find my life drastically changing. I'm kind of in a new life. So I think it's coming. I feel it coming, and I've really loved Sedona. But if something else manifests, I'm open. Let's see. Also, I don't know, just doing book club stuff, and the thing that I've really been working on lately is more conscious manifestation. Always, like, why not be masters of this reality? Why not do the best justice we can to the force that created us by creating something as beautiful as possible? So especially when challenges come up, it always for me comes back to my inner space. And I've really been noticing how if you can maintain as sacred an inner space as possible, it doesn't have to be happy, it can just be sacred, then your vibe will stay really high, and then you can appreciate where you are, and then the stuff you're wishing for, whether it be a solution to a problem or something you want to make, just comes in easier. So feel free to use that one if you want. I've been rambling a little bit here, so I'm going to go ahead and go, and also my phone might overheat in the Sedona sun. But wishing you guys lots of love and happiness. I hope that everything's really beautiful in your world, and you're here for a reason, you're important. I'm glad that you're here on this planet co-creating this awesomeness with me, and I'm grateful for you. And I hope you have a beautiful weekend and a great Capricorn full moon. So put some of those intentions to practice. Figure out how you're going to logistically start doing stuff. That's what this moon is great for on Monday. Much love, and I'll see you again very soon.